you are going to fall off. I fall off all the time.
That's what she said.
And just had to do that, right? Anyway.
It was too good.
And that's what he said.
What the hell you talking about? Since I'm the only thing to talk about, been here from the start. Nah, I don't want your awards, keep your applause.
Debtfreedeem, man. We got some transgressions. What I do?
I was about to say trans. What's the...
Already starting crazy, boy.
Which way he going with this?
Damn, what's wrong with them?
Goodness gracious.
What's wrong with Transformers?
Nothing is wrong with
robots in disguise.
That's crazy. I thought you were trying to call me a transformer.
Nah.
Say, what is happening?
Nah, but what's the problem?
What's up, guys? It's your girl, Yaz. Yeah, I got beef with the D because I was looking back at like some of our old reels and some of our stuff, and he always want to get my bad angle. He got one where my eye was lazy, like one where my muffin top is showing.
Is your eye lazy?
I think I do have a lazy.
You don't have no damn lazy eye.
Well, I know that my jaw is off, so it be shifted.
Your jaw is off?
It is. I already know this because I went to the dentist and he told me. And I could tell. In
you
pictures, you could see it shifted. But he be getting close-ups and just be getting
it's
all
the way the cameras was. Now we're done.
But he be looking crisp. I be looking all types
I don't be looking crisp all the time. Now we're gonna look crisp because like I'm learning.
Yeah, you better get my good side.
Shout out to Slick Productions. Lamar, man, always with the tips. Great stuff.
Hey, Lamar.
Now we look good. You know what I'm saying? We look better.
Yeah, thank you.
Now let's get some reels out there and delete the old ones. That's all we're gonna do.
Gracious. I'm like,
don't worry, bro.
Bro, look at my eyes.
We're gonna be popping like these bigger entities, bro. We're just gonna delete the old stuff.
Because guys, let me let y'all in on something. I don't come in here with makeup on. I don't get all dogs up. I don't do all of that. But I do look presentable. But I'm not about to be coming in here with a full face of makeup. That's not even me. So
it's a podcast. You don't need to do that.
But and I mean, you're gonna get them imperfections too. Yeah. I really don't care. But I'm just saying, I was like, dang. But being on camera absolutely makes you realize just like how ugly you really be.
Says you.
Yeah.
I'm a sexy guy.
I'd be like, wow, y'all, you look very fat. You look very unhappy there.
I will say I was pretty heavy at one point in the pod.
Too.
I was like 260 something.
My God, I was like
crazy.
178.
I think being on camera like helps you see some stuff you don't like and you change it.
Yeah.
Sure did. It depends on whoever whatever person you are, because like I don't care. Like if I see something I don't like, I'm gonna go change it.
Yeah, I'm like I care, but I also struggle with trying to change certain things. So I'm just like I'll be like, oh no, this is what people be saying. Ugh.
Oh man, relax. People look worse.
I mean, they do, but
people look worse.
I'm just saying. But nonetheless, I don't care. We still putting content out, and I'm still going to be on camera.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. But I just had to chew him out because I was just looking. I'm like, bruh.
Listen, we're getting better. We're getting better. So here's my little issue with the article that came out. BiggerPockets. Love you guys. But fam, this Dave Ramsey slander has to stop. And we're going to address it today. The reason why, like, Dave does a good job on his network. He's a big platform. Really doesn't need me to come and go to bat for him. But I love Uncle Dave, bro. He got me out of debt. And I really appreciate all that he's done to give me the knowledge. And now I'm giving it to my friends. And I hate seeing people, because he has such a big platform, write their articles with his name on it, make YouTube videos about Dave Ramsey destroyed my life. And Dave Ramsey's not helping you build wealth. Articles and videos, it's so stupid. So like for me on my little platform, I want to add my 2 cents and just tell you guys like what Dave Ramsey's for and who Dave Ramsey is for and how to start off with some of his advice and kind of help you shift through the noise of these more complex and advanced methods to build wealth. So we read this article. I'll try to put on the screen for you so you could take a look at it yourself. And this is one of the financial talks that I've been promising you, but we've been getting the relationship stuff right first, because I didn't know y'all were having sex without condoms.
Please do not bring this back up.
I think Dave Ramsey would First of all, he said get married first.
Did you really just say that you ain't know that y'all people was having sex without condoms?
Honestly, it kind of sitting back now. It really shocks me, bro.
Are you serious?
It really shocks. Like you're not in a relationship with somebody. But let's not dive too deep.
We not. But
go ahead. But no. I want to finish it. You're not in a relationship, and you're not wearing a condom. Mm-hmm. It's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, well, that's what they're doing. That's what they doing. Don't look at me, because I'm not doing it.
Okay, so who are these people?
Everybody else is like doing this.
Like who?
Society.
Your friends?
No. Why are you talking about my friends?
So who else?
Why are you always breaking up my friends?
Who else?
I said society.
Who else?
I'm not talking about my friends or me. First of all.
Who?
Wow. You got owls in here. Who knew?
We got Drakes.
You don't even like Drake.
I'm an owl, but I never tell you who.
You're not even a Drake fan.
He's dope, man.
Now he dope. Oh my God. Let's talk. Let's give these people what they want.
Cool. So the article is Dave Ramsey's wrong. Doing this won't make you wealthy, but there is another way. So, Yaz, you saw the article.
Yes,
I did. Let's break it down. What's going on?
I feel like what she did was she tried to dummy down Dave Ramsey's methods and say, cutting out Starbucks isn't going to help you build wealth, but then went on to say basically the same thing that Dave Ramsey says. And then she went into a more elaborate way of building wealth. But I feel like she forgot about the people that aren't even at that point. Like she was talking about things that are for a certain tax bracket of people. Yeah. Whereas I feel like Dave Ramsey talks about us common folk.
Yeah.
Us, middle class, lower class. We're not upper echelon. So I was just like, okay, I get, she only focused on, I'm reading the article, she only focused on the fact that he says, like, you got to be on like a ramen noodle diet or whatever. You got to cut out Starbucks. You got to cut all these things. She
rice and beans and all those things like that. She
only focused on that, and she's like, "That's not going to help you.
No.
Although it will, but it's not. It's a bigger picture." And I'm like, "Sis, you lost me because you started talking about stuff I don't even."
So this is where people get like start taking some crazy angles on Dave Ramsey, and it really pisses me off. So. First things first is like Dave has the 7 baby steps, and he has a lot of principles and rules that I think people don't pay attention to. Mm-hmm. They focus on the baby steps and then some of the hot clips that he talks about, which is cut coffee, rice and beans, and then like people shy away because they don't want to give up their $8 Starbucks coffee.
Right.
That's not what it's about. Yeah. So the first thing that this lady mentions is just talking about what Dave Ramsey wants you to cut. And she obviously talks about coffee, going out at restaurants, lowering your cable bill. These are things that's not going to push the needle. I'm being honest. Like if you are a Daveite like myself, a Dave Ramsey loyalist, you know that there are certain rules that you have to live by. And those things are, live on less than you make. In order to do that, rule number 1 is your living expenses have to fall within 25% of your income. Your mortgage cannot be more than 25% of your income. But here's how, so conveniently, no one talks about that. No one talks about the clips that Dave's talks to his audience about, like, hey, you need to dial back where you live. You have too much house for yourself. There's 2 adults living in the house. Your kids moved out. You have a 4-bedroom. Maybe it's time to sell the house, take the equity and downsize. No one ever talks about those things, but they focus on the coffee. They talk about the rice and beans. They talk about not going out to the restaurants. Mm-hmm. Maybe you do go out to the goddamn restaurants too often. Maybe you don't cook enough at home. Like, these are the things that I wish people would focus on when they talk about Dave, that are positive, that lead to positive outcomes. And if you were to follow these principles, you're really supposed to get to a point where you not only save $1,000. These are things that you do temporarily, right? I'm talking rice and beans, not going out to restaurants, don't travel for a little while, so that you clear your debt. Once you clear your debt, you start putting that money back in that 401k. And then you start now saving for vacations instead of putting it on a credit card and different things like that. But you can't focus on like, oh, I'm about to lose my YouTube TV, my Housewives premium. Dudes is like my NBA League Pass, man, my NFL Red Zone, dog. Like how much if you're in a 1-bedroom and it costs $2,100, that's your problem, dog. We're not talking about your League Pass. We're not talking about your Starbucks. We're not talking about your what, you go to Wawa 2 times out the week. You get a large coffee. We're not talking about that.
Yeah. I mean, I just had to do the math. Because when you said 25% of your rent, I had to do the math. I mean, your income. I had to do the math to see if I already figured I was already outside of outside of my means. But, I mean, that's a sacrifice that I took because I have a child and I want my child to be in a certain... we know.
Right.
I'm just saying so that you this could be an excuse in itself, but at the same time, that's a sacrifice that I knew that I was taking. I know I'm going to pay more money in this specified area, and that's just what it is.
But we're not going to talk about how we already talked how you could overcome all that. So
I know.
Y'all's got to work around, and she don't want to take advantage of it. So it's cool. So could we just leave it at that?
We can leave it at that.
You can cut that expense, but you don't want to.
Yes, I already got. Guys,
you don't have to say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
What I'm saying is, I've already gotten chewed out about this, and I made the conscious decision to ignore what people have been telling me, and I just didn't want to do it. So yeah, that's on me. Until I'm ready to do it, but I think that people tend to do the same thing that I did. Like when you just talk yourself into expensive living. Exactly. You're just like, oh, you I need this, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, or whatever the case may be. And some people don't have kids and y'all just be living in these quote unquote luxury apartments. I wish please. If I did not have my child, I would not be living where I'm living because it's astronomical. I mean, everything right now is astronomical, but there's just certain things like hindsight is always 20/20 that you kind of pick up on. But
now look what she says here. Sure, cutting out your daily latte might save you a couple $1,000s a year, but if you want to truly be wealthy, you need to also focus on where you can move the needle the most. So at least she gives him credit on like it's not the coffee, it's not the rice and to me it is rice and beans because the restaurant budget can get out of control. Dining out could get out of control.
Yep.
But like you said, it's like rent, and people look at like I don't know why is downsizing looked at as like depriving yourself.
I think that people because they make this this notion that they deserve what they I deserve to have this, and it's like okay, but is it realistic? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like. I mean, for me, even though I live in the area that I live in, I don't have a luxury apartment. Literally, there's nothing luxurious about it. I'm only paying as much as I'm paying because of the area that I live in, and the school system is phenomenal. And that's literally all it is. My apartment is not a high rise.
Nope.
It's not a waterfront. Mm-hmm. It's not, it ain't nothing. There's no crazy amenity. It ain't nothing extra to it. It's literally just location. But I think that people start to tell themselves like, oh, I deserve this, I deserve that. And it's like, but are you paying, like, is your apartment worth that? Because you might be paying $2,500 for this luxury apartment, but inside is cheap. The work is cheap. You know that they just slap some crazy paint on there. They don't fix nothing. You can see it's just not even worth it.
Yeah, in these new bills, yeah.
It's not worth it. But I think that people tell themselves that they deserve these things after they come from a struggle. And it's like, you are a single person. Why do you have a 2-bedroom apartment? Well, and if you got that much clothes, then you need to make it work with it, or make it work within a 1-bedroom. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, and now even going through my stories, like Amber Courts, man. Were you at my apartment before? Did you ever go over there?
Is that the one that was
my only apartment in Jersey? I never lived anywhere else.
Yeah, like it was like the rug looked crazy. It was like
Stop
an 80s
it,
rug.
boy. Stop it,
Right?
boy. What's wrong with you?
Oh my God.
You gonna climb my carpet?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it just was like 80. It looked like all types of
It
stuff.
was an industrial.
They probably, it looked like they
carpet,
probably hadn't
bro.
picked that up in a long time.
Let me tell y'all something. This apartment, 1 bedroom, Magnolia, New Jersey, $525 a month.
And it looked all of that.
You're wilding. It did not look like $525 a month.
It did.
It was a very good apartment.
I didn't say that it was a bad apartment, but it looked like $525 worth.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was dope. I saw some stuff for more expensive, and I was like, this is better.
Of course. But I'm just saying. But it was fine for what it was. It served its purpose.
Yeah. And I was humble. And guess what? I had student loans that were like, I think $300, and I had a $500 student loan that was going to kick in. What else could I afford at that time? Thankfully, I had a paid off car, but
that too.
What was I going to do? That's
another thing.
The vehicles.
Bruh.
Come on. Let's talk about it. Let's get in. So now that's the other thing that the article did she mention that?
No, she didn't even say that.
Did she mention that?
No, she didn't say nothing. She said,
how are you supposed to get out of debt and you got an $800 car payment? What's up?
And I am so disgusted with you guys that have to pay $800 for a Honda and a Hyundai and a Kia,
Nissan Altima,
and all of these things. Like, that's insane. I am glad that my car is paid off.
Congratulations. Let's clap it up.
Thank you. Thank you.
Car paid off, gang. Paid off car, gang.
Man, God, please let my car go till the wheels fall off.
Chill. I'm getting a new bad boy.
Because ain't no way.
We actually gonna pay off the Forester next month.
Nice.
It's gonna be under 2 years. But once again,
that's what happens when you have a 2-person household, though. That helps.
Here we go.
It helps.
Why you gotta throw like sneak dissing in there like that?
Where was the sneak diss?
Wait, why you gotta be a 2-person household like that?
I said it helps. It's when you have somebody to help offset certain things and you're not doing it by yourself, it makes it easier. That's a fact.
So before my young boys again, because I like to give
Please
advice.
Stop talking to these young boys because they're not listening.
Because y'all just gave you bad advice.
No.
Let's reprogram your brain.
Kadeem is telling y'all to make sure you have sex with your future wife and not
and make sure you wear condoms. Yeah, tell them I'm talking crazy, Yas. Tell them I'm talking. Go look at the camera and say, "Don't do that."
No, tell them don't do that. That's not what I was.
Tell them stop having sex with girls.
That is not
tell
what I was.
Tell them have sex with girls that you don't expect to have kids with. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Because you what? Say it. Go tell them. Give them that advice.
You shouldn't be having sex. You shouldn't be thinking you going to have kids with every girl you have sex with.
That should be your intention. To make sure that a woman can yield your child.
We're not talking about this
so
again.
crazy. So
this is crazy.
Insane that we're having this argument. But going back to the two-person income thing. You could have two people that live in the same house, married.
I'm not talking about people that got debt.
But they operate in two different spending habits. And guess what? There's no leader that can get them out of a debt financial situation, whether you're male or whether you're female.
But is that compatibility? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Isn't that a compatibility thing?
Not a compatibility thing, because you got somebody who's a spender and somebody who's a saver. So them coming together, but there's a compromise. And sometimes people are not willing to compromise. So I'm saying be careful with the 2-income household thing, because you got somebody that's wilding out, and then an idiot dude that's on doing parlays every week talking about he spent $1,000 trying to see the Warriors.
But I think that Lakers. if you are a spender, and you whatever you do, I think that you should stay away from somebody that is not on the same wave as you if you're not ready to.
No, the thing is here's the thing. You could always start off opposite, but sometimes you could always start off opposite. But if you're already feeling the contention of somebody not thinking about saving for college for your kids, somebody that just spends recklessly and isn't remorseful for their reckless choices. If they're not like thinking about, man, I'm tired of this, like, oh, this is crazy, like, I wish I had a different way. Then if they're not thinking like that, there's no hope for that person. Okay. Like a spoiled brat, right? Like their dad always bails them out or whatever. Like Like if you get married to that person, you're now the dad that's gonna bail them out. Like that's not gonna work. But if you come with somebody that has your perspective, but they just spend too much or whatever, and you're the saver, you can help them curb their behavior a little bit and say, hey, look, you want to gamble? You have $50 to gamble this month. Boom. We're not saying it's zero, but here's what you got.
You're on a budget.
And you don't get with a degenerate gambler. You don't get with a degenerate drunk, like who spends all their money on, you know what I'm saying?
Alcohol either.
It's a balance. And I'm going to the negative male perspectives because I don't want y'all to think I'm just bashing women. Because I think I've seen women be the savers, women be the financial planners. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not what it is around me. Yeah. Like I'm the person I'm the saver. This is the financial plan for the year. Right. Here's what we're going to do. Right. Here's the budget, blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, yo, edit where you're going to this weekend. Oh, you need these clothes for this. That's how we rock. Yeah. But going back to the main point, like even with the car, Ash want a new car. Okay. What's the car you want? Of course, it got to be top of the line. Blah, blah. My goal, I want it to be paid off in 2 years or shorter. 1 ear out the other. I don't give a. Yeah, you figure it out. I want the car. Here's your car. I'm gonna drive your car. Get rid of my crap. So I felt like I upgraded. She definitely upgraded. Yeah. And as long as we follow my plan, I'm good. Right. Okay. But no one talks about the aggressiveness of paying the car off. Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. Like with these articles that come out, no one talks about it. Like
y'all gotta be. And I understand that we're in crazy times, so everything is very expensive. But like you gotta be smart about these car purchases too. Like you don't need a Benz.
I need a Scat Pack, bro. I need a Hellcat.
Oh God, he want to be SRT. A Hellcat boy so bad.
I don't even fit the aesthetic.
You definitely
I don't. You definitely. Me and Alex going to Trader Joe's.
I can't even see you in a Hellcat. Like what? And not for Trader Joe's. I mean, but
she be scared as hell of that car.
That's where they be going.
No, I be going to ShopRite all the time. Pull up at ShopRite and Walmart.
That's where they be going. I'm just like y'all. It's so crazy. Like I want a nice car too. I have my eye on a car that I want, but that's just a want. I will never buy the car. I will never get. I won't get the car until I'm at a certain space. Like, cause I drive my car. So if I get a luxury car, those cars aren't really meant to be drivable. Yeah. So I need something cause I drive. I gotta drive every day. I gotta drive all the time. So I'm like, yeah, this is a great car. This would be beautiful when the time is right. Cause even when I think about it, I'm like, oh my God, I know what kind of car I want. And I'm like, when I have to go drop the money on the car, I'm gonna be sick. I'm not gonna want to do it. I'm like, yeah, now get somebody else to do it.
Something crazy eventually.
Now get somebody else to do it. Yeah. I not yet. No time soon. Maybe
the joints I've been looking at, man. I want like the big black.
The Escalade. Yeah. The Cadillacs. The Cadillacs are nice. The
Escalade with huge. The silver grill. If y'all see me in that, sorry.
That's definitely an uncle car.
Yeah.
It's definitely Uncle
Dave.
That's definitely
the Suburban joint look crazy. Or I just go practical and get the black on black Toyota Camry hybrid. Just go back to that. 2024. Oh God, that's definitely 2025.
Nah, I want a Benz. I want a Benz truck.
Why? Tell me what it is about Benz.
No, because for me before that, my dream car was a Range Rover, and
you get the Subaru Ascent. I got you.
And he talked me out of it. He's like, "Yep, no, you're not getting that. Don't get that. It's not a good car." And I'm like, "Okay." So the more research I did, I'm like, "Okay,
Range Rovers are horrible. They're
horrible cars." And I was like, "Well, you don't want that anymore." But then I looked like I was never a Benz person, but it's just one Benz that I like, and I'm like, I just love the way the car looks.
Was that during the GLE?
Yes, it's not too big. It's the perfect size. Like I just like the way the car looks, and it rides. It looks like it rides. It probably rides amazing. But I'm like, the price tag of it is a dream. I've been dreaming about a Range Rover since I was in high school. I'm still dreaming. Still dreaming.
That's nuts.
The price tag for it, I'm not going. I can't see myself doing it.
That's the thing. I don't. Okay, so I always joke with some of my family members who have way better cars than I do. And I don't know how they afford it. To me, like, these are expenses that become a burden that stop you from putting money in your retirement And that's the part that bothers me.
Or it stops you from living. Like you're stressed now. You're already stressed
they
because
live. They'll go on vacations. They live.
See, I'm just not. I'm just not that person. Like that has never been me. My mom didn't raise me that way. I just don't do that. But it's okay to dream about it. But I always wonder. I'm like, how are y'all affording this? Because I'm struggling and I got it. My car is paid off. Like I'm struggling just with rent and just the cost of living. Period. Groceries are crazy, and it's only me and Mara. And my grocery budget has to keep going up. My grocery budget is at $500 for 2 people. Like, and not that I don't spend $500 a month, but that's the budget for me for 2 people. And it lasts. Of course, I don't go through it all, but when you're thinking about groceries, I'm like, I gotta factor in household products. Freaking
you're gonna get that.
Glade plugins is $15 for 7.
That's what you need to stop.
But I'm like, I need my house to smell good. So how else am I gonna get my house to smell good?
Candles.
They are $24 a pop, $20 a pop.
Yankee Candle, Bath and Body Works. Where you get your candles from?
Yeah, Bath and Body. I mean, you could get.
You better
candles.
wait for a sale.
Yes, of course you do. Yes, of course I have candles and stuff like that too. But
I think we had these candles since the start of the podcast.
Well, you also don't light that every day.
So you want to light it every day?
Maybe more than once, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna use my candles, and my candles are gonna burn.
Let's start off by let's cut that out and see what happens.
The Glade plugins.
See if you're gonna die.
I know I'm not going. I know I'm not going to die. But I mean, there's a lot of things that I'm like frivolous things that I probably can, cut out and just kind of do whatever. But I'm just like, the cost of living is expensive, so I don't know how people. More power to y'all, because I'm not pocket watching, but I don't know how you guys are able to afford a luxury apartment, a luxury car, a luxury gym membership, going on vacation every month.
It's called consumer debt.
Hair done, nails done,
consumer
everything
debt.
did.
And you know what? The other thing the article doesn't talk about, and this is why I'm harping on Dave Ramsey's practices, because it's a beginner manual on how to live with money. And if you don't follow it, you're gonna start doing crazy stuff like taking out a cash advance to pay your salon hairdresser. You're going to be financing your hair. You're going to be buying a car that you
Afterpay.
Swear to God, there's somebody that I was coaching that she got herself into a car payment, and when I asked, like, why did you buy that car? I think it was one of the new Lexus trucks. I was like, why'd you get that? Because the guy said it could be $800 a month. Didn't end up being $800 a month. Ended up being like close to $1,000 a month over 6 years. And then it was like,
that's so crazy for a car.
Then they convince you that you could you can handle that. Then when you get home, you realize the insurance is another $400. So by the time you leave, you paying $1,500 a month for your car.
Now I see why y'all be on TikTok living out your cars.
Yes. I swear to God, everything's on their credit card. We just don't know. That's what,
How are they getting approved for these things?
Approved for what?
Like these credit cards with these astronomical limits.
Another thing that the stupid article doesn't talk about. The credit card people only care that you pay your minimum.
Yeah, but don't you have to get a
limit?
Yeah, right. Don't you have to have a certain amount, like a certain number, like credit wise, to qualify for high?
Okay, the credit game is so messed up that all you have to do is have a credit card. Your score increases to make you qualify for another credit card. So guess what? I have a card. I go up to the limit. In the mail, I get another offer from Chase that says, hey, you want to do a balance transfer? And then you don't have to pay nothing for 9 months? Sure.
Then y'all actually read
Then you do a balance transfer to this card. Now this card's freed up again. And guess what the stupid idiots do? They run this card up, and then they forget that we got this special coming over here.
That's why you hear people,
I'm in $30,000 credit card debt, $40,000, $60,000. And guess what? When they move into that apartment, now you got this is my day-to-day credit cards. Oh, I'm just gonna go to the furniture factory and open up their card and go get the furniture off the card. It's all fake, bruh. I never look at anybody and be like, man, I wish I had what you had, or this is like I don't want to say I never want to feel. I'm never jealous of anybody.
Yeah.
I feel sad for people when I see them with these expensive things because I know you're stressing. Because guess what? I know how much money I make.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I know you're stressed.
Everybody
and the amount of, when I was doing the dollar coaching things, the calls that I got, bro, I'm like, all right, it's a fake world we living in. It's a fake world we living in. Yeah. And I had personal revelation for myself. I talk to people about this. I try to talk to people that's in my circle all the time. Dog, there was a point I was sitting down in my uncle's house paying subsidized rent that me and him had an agreement on, $350. I made a good salary in DC, and I threw all my bread on my student loans.
Yeah. I
didn't go on any vacations. I was paying to start off like my minimums. I grew my payments to $4,000 a month. Then on top of that, I gotta save for wedding ring.
Yeah.
Wedding. But nobody knows what I had to do. Meanwhile, Ash, she's clearing up her credit card debt. She's clearing up whatever back stuff she got to pay. And she's doing her thing because now it's like, yo, we got a mission.
Right.
But now everybody sees where we at now. Yeah. And I'm like, did you see all this work that we had to do?
Right. Right. It definitely.
And I still don't got the flyest whip. I don't go wear the freshest clothes.
Yeah, but that's not true. Like, that's not what you wanted. Like, if you wanted to have that, you could.
What's not me?
Like, to be flashy. That's what I'm saying. Like, to.
But I grew out of that. I was very flashy when I first went to Rutgers.
Oh, okay.
Very flashy. Like, I remember I was going to the tap house with Moet bottles. Like, stupid.
Hey, yo.
Stupid.
What was you moving weight? Like, what?
Fresh out of Springfield.
Moet bottles. That's crazy.
We was drinking crazy. Like, we were living good. But
yeah.
Then that stuff. Crazy. Whenever I saw this.
I mean, but you also were young, so that's different.
Yeah. No. It was just the culture. I was following the culture. But then you remember Jesse Nathan? You remember Jesse? Jesse Nathan was my dog freshman year, bro. And then sophomore year, like, nobody was drinking except for me. And then Demetrius started drinking. Jesse started drinking. And Jesse would have like a Smirnoff. And he got into like the white people stuff, like the Keystone Lights. And I was like, once again, I got Moet bottles. He got $1 beer. I'm like, bro, what is that? He give me a Keystone. Oh, I got 11 of these will get me ripped. And this $60 bottle, boom, threw that joint to the side. Thanks. And I remember me and Lamar used to punish Moet bottles because Wiz Khalifa was drinking Moets.
That's crazy.
Made no sense.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, oh, nobody cares what I drink. I can still be the fly guy and like,
right.
Oh man, this LRG stuff. I'm wearing the same hoodie every day going to class.
LRG, wow.
I used to be LRG down.
That's crazy. I remember that.
LRG down.
That's crazy.
Stop doing that. Ever since I see, Brandon Johnson dressing like a bum. Jesse dressing like a bum. Leopold dressing like a bum. I'm like, y'all don't get fresh for class? Oh, I'm bumming it up.
Right.
Whole sweatpant. I don't care, bro. We walking through the snow. I got Jordans on. Stop wearing Jordans.
And I mean, again, you're young at this point, so I get it. Like at that time,
but nobody talks about cutting down to this. Like, why I gotta prove something to anybody?
I don't know why black people. I'm gonna say black people because I'm talking about our culture. Like, why we feel like we have to. I think we had a podcast about this, like keeping up with the Joneses, or you have this mentality where you feel like, okay, I deserve this nice thing. Not saying that you don't deserve these things. Cool. But what is the preface for you saying you deserve this? Because, I go to work every day, I pay my bills, and it's like, well, that's natural. That's normal.
Well, however.
We're supposed to do that, and I get it. It's okay to treat yourself to nice things, whenever you want to, but you have to. You also think about what nice things you're talking about within your means. Like, if you can't afford this nice thing at this point in time, you don't deserve that nice thing.
It's funny to me, like, what these nice things are, because, like, for me, I would want a big booty stripper, like, every week, come through, lap dance.
I swear, I wish your mic was on at this point. Because did you hear what he just said?
Why can't I have that? I want nice things. But when I say it's inappropriate for that, but somebody could get $400, $1,000 purse or blah blah blah. It looks crazy, right? When I say it, it looks crazy. But when somebody else does it, it's cool. It's cool when they do it.
It's a problem when I do it. Fuck it.
You know what I'm saying? And my joint even costs $1,000. But I'm just saying, like, I don't think we deserve what we actually, like, think is a treat. What did you do to get that? And then I want to ask you about the truck, like the Mercedes joint. Mm-hmm. Why do you want that?
I think for me personally, I want it because I've never, like, I'm not gonna say I've never had a luxury car, but I know that when I get that, that's something that I paid for, and I feel like that's something that I would say, okay, for me, I deserve to have a nice car. I thugged it out, had putt cars and all of these, whatever. Now this is the time where I'm like, okay, that's an investment. Of course, it loses value when it goes off the lot.
An investment.
But I'm like, to me, that was the logic behind it. It's just like, okay, I've never had a luxury car. It's always a dream for me. It's always, to me, I feel like a lot of these things are out of my reach. So that's why I'm like, okay, I want one. To say I'm going to get one, I know I'm not going to get one because I'm not going to ever spend the money on, on that car. And I'm not going to, even getting married, I wouldn't even allow my spouse to be like, okay, we can do, you can have this. It's like, nah, babe, it's probably not smart. Mm-hmm. I just want it because honestly, like you said, why do I really want it? Yeah. And it's just because it's like, okay, I've never had like a luxury car to be like, ooh, this is mine. It's not to flaunt it. It's not to brag about it. It's not to do any of those things.
I'll tell you right now. That Cadillac truck is stunning on y'all niggas.
Yeah, the Cadillac trucks are nice.
That's exactly what I wanted. And I know how to be in control of my own ego. And it's not something I should get. It's because I want to stunt on y'all niggas.
Well, yeah, I don't really.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't really want to stunt on anybody because my friends.
Sure, that little girl inside your heart, that high school girl wants to be like, come on, stunt on these niggas, man.
No.
Hey, yo, y'all.
Because if I was, because if I look at the people that I went to high school with, or even look at my girlfriends, they're doing good. Like they got nice cars. They got things. I'm like, I don't need to stunt on anybody. I just don't. That's not it. But I just want it because I want it for me. Like that's just, it ain't, I don't really want a lot of different things. Like I don't want a lot of luxury things. Like I'm not saying, oh my God, I want a luxury house. No, if I get a car, I want it to be my dream car. If we're being honest, if I could afford a Lamborghini, I would get a Lamborghini because that's my dream car. But now I'm reaching.
Yeah, you gonna do with a Lamborghini? That joint get 9 miles per gallon.
That's fine. I ain't going driving nowhere. But I'm just saying, like that's the reason behind the logic for me behind the Benz. And I'm like, you got some people that's like, go ahead and get that Benz, girl. And I'm like, yeah, no.
And that's why I don't like that. I don't like those people that be like, go ahead, get that because guess what? You ain't there every month when I gotta pay it.
Yeah, I can't afford it.
You ain't there every month when that $1,200 car payments is like $800 now a month.
It's crazy. Back
when it was like, yo, you get a nice little Toyota, you can get a Nissan, you can get like for like $250.
Nope. Oh, I don't even think you're ever getting. I don't even think you're ever going to get a car payment for like that's like under.
Bro, your car gotta be $15,000.
So, and that's even a stretch. Trying to find a car that's $15,000.
Not happening this time.
Like when I had to go car shopping for my car, the one that I paid off now, because the one I had before that I bought cash and I got in an accident, so that was the reason I ended up having a car payment. But whatever, even when I was shopping for that, it was just like, this is crazy. You want all this money for like what?
It's even worse now.
I know.
Yeah. I know a dude that bought the new Tahoe, and that joint was, he said it was $90,000. I was like, you got scammed. God. Not in Jesus' name. No, sir. No, sir.
All these cars are everything is very expensive. And I'm just like, I don't understand how, to be honest with you, I don't understand how anybody is affording things.
I mean, like I told you already, they faking it. They discredit. Now, the last piece that I want to talk about is the article. They start talking about some complex things.
Yeah, and that's when she lost me.
So, do you want to go ahead?
Once she started talking about optimizing your taxes.
Yeah, there you go.
And I said, well, you are talking about a specific person, a specific group of people in a specific tax bracket. You are not talking about me. So I am going to close my laptop and turn this off. And I'm not listening to this because I don't even know. I don't even know how to do that. Like I'll say this. Done.
Remember I said like Dave is your basic mapping for money. Now once you graduate meaning you know how to I want to say use your credit card because Dave doesn't advise that. You have a healthy spending habit where you're like, yo, I only spend $1,000 a month on this credit card and it's for this thing. I get these points and I pay it off every month. Or I'm doing that on my debit card. Let me try it on the credit card because I know I can handle it. That's a little bit more advanced because you know how to get points. Now, what she talks about is like having a business and, you know, running expenses through your business. That's where it gets complicated. Like for me, I'll tell you right now, I don't cut my grass. I don't want to. I don't feel the need to. Right. It's a business expense for me because I live in one of my buildings.
Yeah.
Right. So
you heard that, one of them.
Why you gotta do that? I have the people come and they take care of the lawn, but that is a business expense that comes out of the income of the business.
Yeah.
So it's an actual expense that I could write off. Now there's other things that I'll be able to write off. Go ahead.
You know what's going to be tricky for that?
Go ahead.
Now that we're sitting here talking about this, people are going to take that and start making businesses off of nothing and then running things through their business. And now they're going to be in debt with a business.
Okay. Now, this is why I say people will make things so complicated. Cause I hear the plays. I be listening to the Instagram gurus and he'd be like, yo, start an LLC. Yo, get the 30,000 line of credit. And then when you get the credit, flip that, buy a house, get the car. And it's like, sir, why didn't you tell these people how to make an income from the business? How are you going to pay that $30,000 off? No one ever talks about that.
Yeah, because what's the business? What's the product?
Now, I will say some people have advanced tricks to the trade where you get the 30,000 in credit. I understand. You go find a project that you want to rehab the house. You get into a long-term loan and then you pay off the $30,000 and you do it again. I get it. I understand. But most people don't know how to do that. Once they get the flip, they're like, yo, I'm gonna give 5 bands for myself, or I'm gonna buy shorty a bag and then 25 to the thing, and they never pay off the credit card and they in shambles. One small thing can happen and just ruin everybody's story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they don't start with the financial literacy part of it.
That's why I say Dave is important. Start off with the baby steps. Start off with the basics. Once you start learning, then you could probably go to some advanced tactics, or you could just cruise with Dave and be good.
Yeah, because every time I turn around, it's so many people that are gurus with finance.
Don't listen to them, bro.
Flipping and
don't listen to
all
them, bro.
of these things, and I'm just like, in a world where people are so gullible.
No,
it's just like, bro, I feel bad for y'all because y'all like, which way do I go? Like I don't really, I'm not about to pay somebody for no damn online course to teach me how to do something that I probably could Google myself. But it's just like, y'all, I think people are starting to get so desperate to get rich quick. And then you don't realize that there's no way to get.
Once you hear that phrase or is get rich fast, it's not real.
There's no way, you can't get rich fast. I mean, or you could get rich fast and then you're going to lose it all fast too. Or you're going to be in jail fast too.
The best thing,
how you going to do it.
I would love for people to stop thinking get rich quick and the mantra to be build your skills faster. Like the thing that got me so kind of like scared, man. Like my dad, I remember having a conversation with him and he was like, yo, I could take my toolbox and I could make $300 a day. You drive me anywhere in the world, I can make $300 a day. Mm-hmm. And he had a plan. He's like, I could hang doors, I could blah, blah, I could blah. Ran off all the stuff. I could do electric, blah, blah. I'm like, what the hell could I do to make $300 a day? I had no hand skills.
Dang, that's crazy.
I had no hand skills, bro.
What can I do to make $300?
You're a nurse.
Yeah, but
it's not all right. It may not be $300 a day, but I'm saying you can actually go to a hospital and be like, I have this skill. Like, what am I? I could put this in the computer and make your numbers look good. I could do Excel. What the hell type of skill is that?
Computers is where it's at, bro.
But then when it was computers, I dived into more licensed stuff with the computer.
Yeah.
Like that's where the PNP and all that stuff came from.
Dang, that's crazy. Because what else can I do?
That's what.
Besides being a nurse.
Well, I'll leave you with that.
Yeah, leave me with that because that's crazy. Ain't nothing else. I really ain't worth nothing.
And yo, let me make this a real then. I'm just gonna say like, yo, if you got a skill set that make you $300 a day, you know, put it in the comments. Let me know what y'all do. But
for real,
if
honestly,
you stump, put stump because. I'm telling you, that was one of the questions that got me going crazy.
Yeah, because when you think about it, and you take away what you guys do for a living and as your career, if you could not do that, what else can you do to make money? But yeah, because I'm thinking, what else can I do? I mean, I could braid hair. As a matter of fact, I know how to braid hair.
Boom.
I could guarantee that's exactly how I make $300 a day.
You beating them Africans?
Huh?
You beating them Africans?
Beating them? I mean,
some Africans be braiding hair.
Yeah, I can braid with them. I can sit with them, and that's how I feel.
All right.
So I know for a fact I can make $300 a day. That's
a fact on the side, yo. You know what I think I might get a side hustle in? Either massage or nails.
Not massage.
Become a nail tech, huh?
Not massage.
Why?
But nail tech, okay.
Why not massage?
Not massage.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Can't do that. All right, I'll take that back.
Please and thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be
because I'll be making money.
That would be no. I'm not laughing.
Making money.
No. Anyway, but that
nail
would be
tech.
my hustle.
I'll be a nail tech.
I just made $150 today doing hair.
What? Mm-hmm. Yo, that's what's up.
So I know for a fact that I could do that. I didn't think about that, but yes, that's what I would do. My $300 a day.
See, we got skills coming out, man.
Is doing.
Oh, I can make reels and edit.
Yeah, because you are
nice.
now you getting
nice.
tech. Yeah, yeah.
What's up?
What else can I do though?
But listen, more of the story is, man. Yo, listen.
Houses.
Follow Dave Ramsey. Follow the baby steps. Start your journey. Don't listen to all these complicated ways to get wealth, man. It's really a simple way.
Yeah.
Spend less than you make. Invest wisely, and it's a slow but worthwhile grind.
I was about to say, just understand that it's a very slow process, and I'm saying this as I'm saying this to y'all. I'm saying this to myself too. It's very slow. It's very hard. It's very grueling. You are going to fall off. I fall off all the time.
That's what she said.
Just had to do that, right? Anyway,
it was too good.
And that's what he said. Hey, yo. Marcus is laughing, and I'm so mad you don't have his mic.
Damn, that was
God,
good. That was solid.
We're potting.
That was solid.
Anyway, I'm just saying, like, and give yourself grace, because I have to give myself grace too. It's a process, and it takes a lot of adjusting and getting used to. I'm still trying. I'm still trying, but I'm not where y'all are. I'm not there. But just, you know, you gotta start somewhere, because y'all wilding. Y'all gonna be in debt behind your ears.
Might end up being in a strip club.
Yeah.
It's been a Shot of Discourse, Mike.
It's your girl, yes.
Debtfreedeem, we out.